and start the recording now. And then you can go ahead and start whenever.
I'm assuming I'm assuming the controller doesn't work in this menu.
This menu is known to be buggy, so yeah, you might have to just click start to get started.
There's supposed to be sound.
There is supposed to be sound. You not hear sound?
Not start until you start the game.
Oh,
there's
that's
not.
true.
There isn't sound on this menu.
Right.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I messed something up on my side. Oh, there it is. That confirms that thought. Oh, interesting. Oh. Okay. Yeah, there definitely needs to be some sort of indication that I'm moving.
It's great feedback.
I know it's alpha, but that solid color background just is... I couldn't tell if I was actually going down in the right direction or where I was heading. Oh, interesting. Oh, what I expected.
What were you expecting?
I figured they were going to be solid. I didn't think I was going to be able to pass through them, so... It was kind of not so much of a case of I was expecting I was going to die. I was expecting that I was not going to be able to do anything. Is that supposed to happen?
Is what's supposed to happen.
I managed to... It's auto shooting now?
Are you not holding the shoot button?
No. If I hold the shoot button when I leave the ship, it just keeps shooting.
I see.
And then when I get back in, I can just move around without having to retouch it. Which I will say feels a little bit better than having to mash the A button.
You do not have to mash the A button to shoot. You can just hold it down.
Okay. Well, I don't. Oh, I can just press A. Neat. It just felt like I was having to shoot it, like hold it. And apologies if I'm now abusing this bug that I found.
You're all good.
You just do that.
Can you say that again, Max?
I was asking why you walked out of the path of the projectiles.
Because if I died to the wall, the things I thought were walls, my instinct was kind of like, I'm probably going to get shot by my own bullets. But considering now thinking about it, that I wasn't supposed to be able to do this, I'm assuming in the first place, they probably wouldn't be affecting me.
I think this is a good time to remind you that there is a crafting menu.
Yeah, I am aware, but I also felt like I was falling behind because I wasn't collecting stuff until I figured out that I could accidentally leave my ship without the button and the knowledge ahead of time. Oh, you're using blinky lights. No, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. John, you want to do it?
Yeah, so like that means that you select the white. So then if you go all the way, if you scroll all the way up again with your controller, like you hit it up like a bunch of times, now you see it disappeared and now it's on your ship.
Okay. And so now it's just on the ship, or can I... Oh, I can drag it around. What do I do with it? Just place it somewhere?
Where do you think you could place it?
Considering I have free ability, I'd assume anywhere, but I would probably want to put it near where I am because that would be safe space. But then it runs away. Okay. Is there like no downtime? Like they're just it's a constant wave? My greedy ass got better at me. What do I do? I feel like I'm not making progress because I don't know what I'm supposed to do with those created gems. I know you said plant them or place them in the world kind of thing, but I am not sourcing that location.
Try to bring them to a block, maybe.
So, okay, that seems weird. Okay. You guys are the devs.
What about it seems weird to you?
Because I died to a block earlier, so that kind of immediately made me think block bad, half shoot kind of concept.
Oh, okay. When I said block, I meant like a stationary block.
One of the pink ones? Oh, wait. No, hang on a second. So yeah, those stationary ones were the ones... I think those were the ones that I died to. Hang on a second. No, hang on. Oh, I must have crossed paths with something then. Never mind. That's me making a mistake.
No, you're not making any mistakes this far.
Yeah, helpful information.
Yeah.
Okay, so my earlier assumption that the block is what killed me, I think I might have gotten hit by one of the other moving enemies. Oh, I see the light up that's happening on the... It's not very distinguished, but hey. Oh. Oh. Progress. Got it. That makes more sense.
Okay, it looks like the game has gotten into a completely broken state.
Oh.
And I think you should restart it.
Okay. Was it the error codes at the bottom or something I was doing?
It's not anything you were doing.
Okay.
Yep, you're good. You're doing great. We really appreciate it. Yeah, if you knowing now what you know, give us like a couple more minutes of like a playthrough. I think that'll be really helpful.
Okay. What?
This menu can be borked with the controller, so
I was going to say, because there was that selection box around the start button initially, but as soon as I tabbed back in after starting up the stream, it disappeared. So I don't know.
no, it's helpful stuff just to even see and record. Thank you.
Oop. There we go. Ignore those.
Huh.
Neither of those happened. We're fine.
Yeah. Well, we're moving on. We're moving on.
I'm not sure what my opinion is of the spread that the shots have. Like, it doesn't feel right for this type of game, but that's probably because of the fact that I'm thinking...
You think there should be less spread?
I'm definitely thinking of like asteroids or something like that. Outside of weight, is there any limitation to the amount of those tiles I can drag back with me? Or those gems? I assume the silence means you're not going to tell me.
Right. Right.
'Cause I feel like there's like supposed to be like a stat I'm supposed to see in a corner or something with like what my carry capacity or something like that is supposed to be.
Mm.
Would you want to see like a carry capacity stat in the game?
Like if it was upgradable, I definitely would want to see that. But I'm assuming based on this, it's probably not. It's going to be like a static value. So like more, well, it's probably got to do with the fact that I don't have an indication as to my relative speed moving back and forth with the solid colored background that I feel like I need more information. Oh, my shots do wound me. Or hang on a second. Oh, is that because they're too far away from me?
Why did you avoid that just there?
Still that first shot where I thought I died to it, so instinctively I'm thinking that I'm causing myself problems. What? Oh. Yeah, like this. If those boxes weren't around me, I wouldn't know how fast I'm actually going. Now, is it because I got too far forward that they decided to camp out behind me? What the hell?
What just happened?
No, it looked like the pixels, the green boxes decided they wanted to move up.
Do you think there was something that caused that?
No indication that I recognized. However, I now have a biased opinion with the fact that you're telling me that there probably was. I just didn't see it.
That's helpful.
I thought I was further down. Okay, so I can't craft those yet. That was my own doing. So I shouldn't be probably building tall. I should probably be building wide.
We are coming up to the end of our allotted time.
Yeah.
So, we want to go ahead and pause and quit.
Whoop. Hello. There's
Wait,
a hidden
don't
button
quit.
that it goes
Don't
to.
do it. Don't quit. Sorry,
Don't
but you just
quit?
leave it paused.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Just leave it paused.
Okay.
That's fine.
And- Feel free to mute or lower the volume, whatever. Thank you. Thank you so much, Nick.
You're very welcome. It's an
Yeah.
interesting game.
A lot of what you had to say is really, really super helpful to us as well. I just appreciate kind of some of your attention to detail, and even some of the things that you were just this doesn't feel right. That's really helpful for us to
Yeah, I probably should have been talking more rather than just sitting there silently, but at
No,
the same time,
you've done great. We're gonna ask you a couple questions if that's cool.
yeah, go please, because I have thoughts and I'm not sure what I'm thinking.
You're absolutely welcome to express some of those thoughts a little bit more freely if you want. If you feel like any of these questions don't provoke, but provoke them, but the intention is to kind of get you thinking about it. So, I think what we'll start with is just what in the game felt really challenging to you. Was there anything that was this is challenging or difficult?
Probably the most difficult part for me was the fact that I kept getting hung up on how fast I was moving when I was outside of the ship, I can't tell if this is like the aesthetic you're going for, or if it's because it's your, as you put it, early, very early alpha. There needs to be not flat textures. That I will say, because when I'm out of the ship and it's zoomed in that far, I have no. If there's no boxes around me or near me, I have no relation for how fast I'm moving. So when I started dragging more things, the only indicator I really had for how that I was getting weighed down was the fact that the gems were closer to me, and that was it. But I feel like there should have been more of an external indicator.
Super helpful.
But other than that, I can't say that there was anything that was really difficult in that regard.
Okay.
There was some just stupid stunts of the fact that I've never been good at like asteroids or Space Invader, but hey.
Yeah, cool. I mean, I think the next question that I was going to ask is like maybe sort of in a similar vein, but like, was there anything that you felt was like unfair in the game?
I feel like there should have been pauses between waves or something, like a more obvious pause. Because like the only time that there was a pause or a break was when I went into the crafting menu. Which, yeah, that is definitely, don't get rid of that, because they're to, especially until you guys sort out how to better indicate which one I'm selecting.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, no. I feel like that there should have been some more obvious indication to when I was supposed to be running out of my ship and doing stuff, because like if I didn't, I feel like if I, like, you noticed I kept doing that in and out of my ship thing because I was kept triggering the auto shoot, the that was forcing it to stay shooting when I left the ship, because that's the only way I felt sort of safe, because I had cover kind of idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got it.
Because like I did not want to venture out to go get anything unless I had that cover. So either I need to have some sort of protection while I'm out of the ship, or there needs to be more distinct, like, here's a wave end, here's a pause for a short time, and you have free stuff. I did slowly clue in at the tail end there that the boxes at the bottom were some sort of wave indicator. Definitely not really telling me much with it, but it is there. And at least that's what I'm assuming it is. Bottom right, by the way, not the console.
You nailed it. You nailed it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, definitely right.
Yeah. Like,
but also like really good to know that it like it took a while. It sounds like you're trying to say. And it also,
yeah, it took me. It wasn't until I restarted the game that I started cluing into it, because at that point I wasn't hyper focused on my current run. As soon as you guys told me to restart, I took another second to look at the UI, and it was the only thing I hadn't noticed a solid. Well, outside of the bar on the right, I'm still not 100% sure. I'm assuming I'm supposed to. That's showing me some sort of progress bar to full coverage of green on the screen, but I didn't notice much usage of that. But then again, that's probably because of the fact that I wasn't exactly planting gems as much. I kept getting hung up on the protecting myself and shooting, because like I said, I didn't feel like there was a proper time I was supposed to stop to do the construction.
Yeah, great. Okay, cool.
Planting, farming. I don't know what you guys are referring to it as. The expanding my territory.
Listen, this is early alpha. We'll refer to it as anything at this point. We're just glad you're playing. Yeah. I think I want to ask too. Like, was there any part of the game where you felt like really cool? You had like a moment where you were like, "Oh yes, I pulled that off."
Yes, even though it required a death in the middle. There was a moment where I was doing the cover shoot, and I ran back up to grab the gems, but then I died for some reason. I'm not sure if it was a box, my shot, or something killed me. I don't know if that was the whole gems too far away from me thing, or whatever the hell random thing killed me in the middle while I was out collecting gems. But as I was running back after I respawned, the seeing the bunch of enemies coming by closely behind me, especially with it being zoomed in, felt very nice.
Cool.
I would
Okay.
probably zoom that out just a little bit more to give that a little bit to see more of the enemies at me, because it wasn't until like 4 of them passed by on the top edge of the screen that I was like, oh, gotta get going.
Okay, cool. I want to ask. Yeah. Also, was there? Do you feel like there was like a cool discovery? Did you discover anything in the game that you felt like, oh, that's a cool reveal?
Mm. The the fact that it doesn't tell me what the radius of the claimed territory zones planting, that like trying to figure out how to figure those out was kind of a neat feature, like the having to explore to figure that out. However, what kind of threw me off was the fact that I did want to, like at the tail end I started hunting for the green gems, but I couldn't figure out which ones were supposed to drop green, because the ones I think were dropping green were actually dropping yellow just because of colors. And the fact that some of the reds were dropping whites and yellows as well, but not greens, was weird. I'm not sure if that's just supposed to be like a rarity system, or if there's a specific enemy that's supposed to drop the certain gems.
We will almost.
But otherwise, that kind of nice figuring it out as I went was the how each gem growth claims different radiuses of territory. I just never got around to figuring out what the green or the pink one did.
Cool. Yeah, totally. I feel like we could answer your question, but we might end up asking you to another playtest and would want you to, see if any indicators of that like have improved.
If it's a rarity thing, I'm fine with the way it is then, because it was just long enough for me to want to suddenly realize that I want more of those and then start trying to hunt for them. But if it's supposed to be from a color thing, I want a more distinct indicator.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, maybe not distinct, like here's a graph of what is given to me, but slightly more consistent drops from them, I guess, because I'm not sure if that I noticed that it was a percentage drop chance or a guarantee drop chance from certain enemies, but it needs to be boosted just a little bit more to try to indicate to me. But if it's a rarity, it's kind of like verging on that just too long kind of thing.
Got it. Okay, that's helpful. Was there anything that you wanted to do that the game would not let you do?
Cut corners.
Cut corners. Got it.
Specifically where my guy ship is right now, directly above it. The number of times that I got caught on my own mess at the side of these two, like coming out of the tower that I built there, and then died. I feel like I know that especially when you're going back to like asteroids or it just you're kind of fixed on your Space Invaders. If you're fixed as to the lines you have access to, but I feel like there needs to be a little bit of forgiveness on the corners. It could be just because of the fact that you guys are doing squares. Yes, I get it that it's a little bit of it's to kind of be solid corners, but the number of times I caught myself there rather than just letting it slip past or like force it to roll down and click past, like the game kind of assists you, like bungees you around the corner. I didn't like the fact that I kept getting caught on my own corners. I know it was my own stupidity for building the tower and not building it wide enough and cornering myself in the column, but a little forgiveness on the corners would have been nice.
If you had like a magic wand that could change any aspect of the game or the experience, what would it be? Assuming we have like unlimited budget and time.
Enemy assets and player asset. If you were to leave everything else square, I'd put a little bit more detail into the enemies and the character, whether that be keeping them square and adding more textures like how the ship's got a circle on it to the enemies, something along those lines. Because like assuming you stick completely with this art style, I would definitely want a more distinguishing feature between terrain versus enemies.
Yeah.
Or
absolutely.
terrain versus blocks and obstacles versus enemies. Like things that are supposed to be moving should pop a little bit more rather than just a color difference.
Yep. Okay. Definitely. Okay, cool. I've got like just a few last questions.
Go for it.
How would you describe the game to a friend?
I keep referring to Asteroids and Space Invaders. So I would definitely start along those lines. It's similar to that in the shooting enemies aspect, where you get to expand your territory. So I'd almost classify it halfway into a base builder almost in that regard. Like probably with like Space Invader with some splashes of war and base building where you claim territory from your enemy. And I guess going on that regard, I'd probably want to have to see the fact that when the enemies either try to avoid my territory or seem somehow hindered by it. But that's a separate, like, I've sidetracked now along this thought process.
Yeah, no, totally.
But otherwise, yeah, I'd probably explain it as like Space Invaders, Asteroids kind of crossed with a little bit of territorial war claiming kind of going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, cool. I think the last question that I'll ask, and then if Max, if you have any questions, you can hop in. The last question I wanted to ask was, I think, like, yeah, did you feel that your decisions were meaningful, or did you feel like they didn't matter?
That one's a hard one because there's the obvious answer of yes, they were meaningful because I'm claiming area to expand my mobility. But the fact, like, going into that little sidetrack I just did, is like the fact that I'm separately not noticing it impact my enemies at all. Like I'm not hindering them in any way with that. Kind of seems to take a little bit of wind out of that sail.
Sure.
But at the same time, it's like I want to say it's halfway between the fact that I was once I figured out or was told more so specifically where I was supposed to put the gem things rather than just leave them planted somewhere, which is a separate conversation I want to make a remark on. Yeah. The fact that I was like you can see I built that second blob separate from my line. It's like, yeah, no, I kind of had that thought as like, ooh, maybe I'm gonna impede their progress, but then it didn't do anything. So it kind of was like, oh well, now I just have a blob of territory that I'm going to try to connect.
Sure.
So
Okay.
yeah, no, it was. I did feel good about what I was accomplishing. I just feel like I was expecting some extras. So not entirely let down, but definitely felt like there was something missing.
If you had to describe like what it was that was missing, what was it?
Not quite a sense of progression, but a sense of improvement. No. Like I felt like with more territory, I should see should see my influence improve, kind of thing in the world. Like
Mhm.
like I said, like I wasn't seeing outside of more green. I wasn't seeing enemies being impeded. I wasn't seeing enemies hurt more. I wasn't seeing myself shoot slightly faster or anything along those lines.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, that's really helpful. Max, did you have any other last questions with Nick?
So Nick, you've been a great master though. Yeah, your feedback is super duper appreciated. That's really all the time we have actually.
Okay.
Sweet, Nick. Thank you so much for playing, and yeah, again, we might ask you to do another one of these. But thank you so much.
Definitely gonna ask you, dude. It's been great, Nick.
Sure thing. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting game. I see. I have a good understanding of what you're going for in this game at this point. I do want to see where this goes.
Great. Well, you and us both, and we can't wait for you to be like on that journey with us. So, thanks for helping us out.
You're very welcome. I'm glad I was able to be of some use to you guys and provide you some input.
Oh, definitely, definitely, dude. And also it's just good to hear from you. You know.
Yeah, like you said the last time, you and I don't chat that often, so
It's true. It's true. So I'm glad that we're chatting now, and maybe we'll play some. Baldur's Gate is coming out soon, so.
Yes, Baldur's Gate is coming out soon. Oh, I have one criticism for you, John.
Yes.
Tone back your formalities in your messages a little.
Okay, cool. I'll keep it more
You
chill.
just like I understand that you're coming at it from a business perspective. It's just the immediate tone I'm sitting there is like, am I supposed to reply to you as you being John, or am I supposed to reply to you as some person who's just contacted me for the business offer?
Oh, got it. Yeah.
You're,
For sure.
I understand that you're trying to be very formal about it, but just you need to tone it back a little.
I'll be more chill. That's good feedback. I appreciate it.
Otherwise, no, everything was fine. Otherwise, yeah, I'm glad I was able to assist, and otherwise, I hope you guys have fun running over your notes for the evening and the rest of the week.
Yeah, we definitely will. Thanks again, Nick.
All right, just let me know if you guys need anything.
Yeah, take care. We will.
Nick,
Okay, bye, guys.
Damn.
bro, you should get paid for this shit, dog.
Ha ha ha.
You
I
should
mean,
get paid for this shit.
I'm too professional at my own game.
I sent the next guy, I guess Thomas Morgan.
Yes, Thomas.
The build, like probably like 6 minutes ago or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, he should be in here right now.
He was waiting to join until Nick left. He was like peeping.
Oh, was he?
Yeah,
How do you know?
because he messaged me.
Oh, word. You got to get paid for this stuff, bro.
Pay for what stuff?
For what you're doing.